This genius was reminiscent of Muhammad Ali and Charlie Chaplin at the same time. He became one of the brightest boxers of the 90s and ended his career, unable to survive a single defeat. Today we will talk about the scandalous fight of Prince Naseem against Marco Antonio Barrera. But before we start, let's quickly go back in time and remember how it all began. Hamed started training in boxing at the age of 6. At the age of 12, he told the editor of Boxing News that his goal was to become a world champion and his story should be written. Naseem Hamed became a legend in British boxing, attracting attention in the less popular categories of bantamweight and featherweight. His career lasted only 10 years, but it had more highlights than most of his rivals. From the very first professional fight, Hamed stood out. He entered the ring in leopard shorts and knocked out his opponent with a body blow. The original design of his shorts became his trademark and he has not changed it throughout his career. Naseem's self-confidence was also reflected in his style. He did not use the usual defensive stance, but danced in the ring and at the same time had a devastating punch. Hamed teased and provoked his opponents by dancing in front of them and throwing feints. His successful start can be attributed to relatively weak opponents. Only 2 out of 10 had a positive fight record. However, Naseem continued to prove his great talent in fights with strong boxers. Naseem's first 12-round fight was against Vincenzo Belcastro, and easily defeated the EBU Italian champion, knocking him down several times. After a successful title defense, Hamed went for a new belt. In the fight for the vacant WBC Super Bantamweight title, he defeated Freddie Cruz, demonstrating a style similar to Muhammad Ali. Hamed never spared an effort. His physical fitness was at a high level, allowing him to jump around the ring and perform somersaults during breaks and after the fight. The Briton has become a real star. He defeated everyone in his path, and the legendary Frank Warren took up his affairs. Hamed felt invincible and understood how the business worked, so he went beyond boxing in style and sass. He created a real show with his ring entrances. Hamed's most famous performance was the fight with Jose Badillo. The Briton skillfully dodged his opponent's blows, dancing and counterattacking accurately, making it look like a scene from a Charlie Chaplin movie. This episode in the duel with Badillo has become one of the most memorable for the fans.
Badillo, you sense, is maybe just waiting for one moment when he can explode a counterpunch and test Naseem's chin.
Yes, he's been very cautious himself. He's not foolish. He's not running in to Hamed, trying anything silly. He's just trying to play Hamed a little bit of his own game and make Hamed lead to him.
Still just working almost exclusively with jabs, and he does have his way of throwing other punches from crazy angles, particularly that kind of corkscrew type uppercut you saw it attempted there. There's a left hand, that's rocked Badillo.
Hamed's career has not been without setbacks. He himself challenged Marco Antonio Barrera to a duel. Barrera has already suffered 3 defeats, including from Eric Morales. The bets on the fight were in favor of Hamed, 3-1. Many believed that Barrera would not even last half the fight. However, the Mexican used an unusual tactic that brought him success.
A review of the wrestling incident. There you see, on off balance, Hamed jumps into Barrera. Barrera holds him by the waist.
The fight between Hamed and Barrera was scheduled for April 7, 2001. Hamed was to receive an $8.5 million fee while Barrera received $1.8 million. In the first round, Barrera shook Hamed with accurate blows. However, this was only the beginning. In the second round, Hamed attacked again, but was again subjected to Barrera's combination. In one of the episodes, Hamed even managed to drop Barrera with a wrestling technique, which made the opponent very angry. But Hamed himself received several strong blows. The third round continued in the same spirit. Barrera hit twice with strong punches, and Hamed answered with an accurate right hand. The fourth round again went to Barrera, who managed to shake Hamed with a left side kick. However, since the fifth round, the situation has completely changed. The fight became a tactical game at a distance, and Barrera proved to be more consistent. He landed several times with his punches. Following the advice of coach Emmanuel Stewart, Hamed changed his position. He switched to right-handed and showed good results, winning the sixth round. However, Hamed was never able to turn the tide of the battle. Until the 11th round, the score was equal, and even in the 10th round, Hamed looked better. In the 11th round, Barrera increased his speed and confidently took him. And the 12th round was a triumph for the Mexican. He forced Hamed to make mistakes and perform several unsportsmanlike wrestling moves, such as hitting the ring post. For this, the judge deducted 1 point from him. But even this did not save Hamed. He lost the fight, admitting his tactical failure. And it was clear to him too. All three judges awarded the victory to Barrera, 116 to 111, 115 to 112, 115 to 112. Although the contract included the possibility of a rematch, Hamed never got the opportunity to fight Barrera a second time. He had one more fight against the average Spaniard Manuel Calvo, and then ended his career at the age of 28.